With constant stories being made or told, they have to end up somewhere.
And this is KGI signing off.
Man, I'm so glad it's the last day of school. I'm ready for summer. Then I just have this class and then I'm free.
No. You have to do all your missing work before you leave.
Well, how much is it?
4,523 missing assignments.
What?
Yep. You better get started. You will do all of your work, and I will stay in this classroom for an eternity if I have to.
Okay, well, I guess I gotta get started.
Yeah, you should. Also, wear your ID.
It's only been an hour. I've only got 3 assignments left. I'm ready to give this up. Come on, Brody. You got this. Just a little more. Just think about all the fun times you'll have when you graduate. I'm done. I am finally leaving this place.
Hi, welcome back to our last episode of L&L.
Today we have a very special guest.
And that guest would be, me.
Question time?
Alrighty.
What would you say your favorite band and album is?
My favorite band would have to be Will Wood / Will Wood and the Tapeworms. And the album is going to be In Case I Die.
And what would be some of your favorite things about Will Wood?
Oh gosh, that's a really big question. And we only have like 5-ish minutes to discuss. Let me see if I can pack this in real quick. My favorite thing about Will Wood is the lack of normalcy that he puts out. All of his songs are completely different, and yet in them is such a lyrical, like, poetical genius to it. So that's my favorite thing about Will Wood. And then the album itself does not really have a set story. It more so delves into the regrets that Will Wood faces as a younger man, as he delved into like his experience with alcoholism and how it ruined a lot of his relationships, ruined a lot of his life, and yet how he has been able to like make his way through it and like be a better person.
And how did you discover this band?
So funny enough, it was actually on TikTok, which I know is super taboo. The song I Me Myself was trending, and that is from his technically 4th album, officially 3rd album. And I related a lot to it, and so I added it to my playlist, and well, you know how Spotify is. And so a lot more of his songs just kept coming and like showing up, and I kept listening to them, and then eventually I listened to all of them. So that's how I discovered that.
And last question, what would be some of your favorite things about Will Wood?
Oh, I think my favorite thing would be the ebb and flow of his albums throughout his career. So if you were to look at his 1st and 2nd album, they're very like low and down, and that's going to be at the like lowest point of his like mental health and his struggle with addiction. And then, you know, as he moves on with his career, you can see it progressively get better until his last 2 albums, which are technically the same, but one's a recorded album and one's a live album, but same music and everything, where you can see just how much like this person has grown as not only an artist, like vocally and like lyrically, but then just as a human. Also, the Tapeworms are some of the most incredibly talented jazz musicians of all time, and they don't get enough recognition.
All right, cool. Let's get into the history of Will Wood.
Will Wood chooses to keep his personal life pretty private for the most part, so there really isn't a lot we know about him, other than the fact that he does struggle with addiction and bipolar disorder.
In his early career, he was mainly known for fictionalizing his characters on stage.
A lot of his live performances were meant to simulate an emotional breakdown in front of hundreds.
His music mainly focuses on mental health, failed relationships, the end of the world, and his struggle with alcoholism.
With the improvement of his mental health, he released 2 final albums, one being a studio recording and the other being a live version of that studio recording.
He has since declared that he will be taking a permanent hiatus from the music world.
Gosh, it's so sad to see a good artist go.
Yeah, but I'm glad he's in a better place and can finally take a break.
Yeah, I know, you're right. Let's go ahead and jump into piano rock.
Piano rock started in the early 1960s and 1970s. Its roots come from jazz, blues, and of course, rock.
Queen, Elton John, and Billy Joel are best understood to be the founding fathers of the piano rock world.
The genre has a similar focus to classic jazz, but focuses mainly on, well, you guessed it, piano.
It synthesizes the high energy of rock music and adds a layer of melodic complexity.
In the 1990s and 2000s, the genre would become even more popular, and it would push the boundaries of piano rock and would further be integrated into the alt and pop and electric pop genres.
Some of the best piano rock songs consist of Bohemian Rhapsody, Freebird, Don't Stop Believing, Great Balls of Fire, Tiny Dancer, and Piano Man.
The artists of these songs are Queen, Leonard Skinner, Journey, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elton John, and Billy Joel.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for today.
Aw, but I was really liking this artist, and it's our last episode too.
I know, I'm really gonna miss this.
Me too. Well, we'd like to thank everyone from 2023 and 2024.
And for one last time,
Bye-bye!
Welcome back to 5 Fun Facts with Thomas. Today we are talking about May. The birthstone for May is an emerald, which represents growth and prosperity. The Kentucky Derby always starts on the first Saturday in May. May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, which celebrates the victory of the Mexican Empire against the Second French Empire. May Day is a spring festival that is celebrated on the 1st of May each year. May 12th is Mother's Day, so make sure you thank your mothers for their love and support. This is the ending to 5 Fun Facts with Thomas.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Keeping Gamers Informed, or as we call it, KGI. I'm your host, Malachi.
Well, I'm not the normal host. The normal host is sick today, but I'm the executive producer, and I'm so excited to be part of the last episode of KGI.
Yeah, and well, this is going to be our last episode of KGI, but we're going to go over some of our favorite games, even if we've already done them, but we're just going to go into more detail of them.
And of course, I'm going over Hudson's favorite game, but I also kind of like the game too, so I'm excited about doing this. I don't usually just get to watch.
Yeah, well, you get to be a part of it. So, Crowder, how about you start us off with the first game?
Sounds good. Well, you and Hudson have been talking to me about video games for a long time, and one of the ones that I think Hudson really likes, and it's probably his favorite, and I like it too, is Sea of Thieves. Of course, March in 2018 is when Sea of Thieves came out. It's action-adventure. It's all about pirates and making trades and plundering islands. It's multiplayer. $40 and it's rated T for teen, and so it's a great fun time for everybody.
I've heard Sea of Thieves is such an amazing game, and I know I need to play more of it and get more time into it. But how about you tell us some of your experiences in the game?
Well, my favorite part about the game is it is not pay to win. So you don't really get upgrades. You get visual upgrades, but basically your skill is what separates you between the other pirates. Of course, it's multiplayer, it's PvP, but it's not a super toxic place where a lot of people jump on your boat and instead of kill you will actually join your crew and help.
So it's a more of a relaxed community within the game, isn't it?
It is, and one of my favorite things when I'm just bored, and I played a lot during COVID 2020, you can get out instruments, and there's 4 different instruments and you can all play together. And it plays the same song, and so you're just sailing to this other island, playing instruments and looking at each other and giggling.
And that sounds like an actual amazing time, especially if all of your friends are in a party together just talking. That sounds like so much fun.
It's great. You can put people in the brig. You can shoot yourself out of a cannon. You can eat too many bananas. Like, what kind of game has eaten too many bananas in it? Yeah, that's a great game. Some other aspects to it is it doesn't take itself super serious. So there's krakens and there's skeletons and there's ghost crews. So there's always adding content. And I know it came out in 2018, but like they keep adding content and content. I've never come close to completing any of the content.
Well, I know we absolutely love talking about this, but I think we have to get on to our next game.
Okay, I have a feeling what it's going to be. Okay, I got a prediction on what your favorite game is going to be. You've been watching the Fallout TV show, so I know it has to be one of the Fallout games.
Yes, it is. It's one of the Fallout games, but to be more specific with it, it's Fallout 76. It's definitely one of my favorites of lately. It came out October of 2018, really close to Sea of Thieves, and both of them are both action adventure games as well as role player games. This one, though, is developed by Bethesda and published by them as well. But they had a really rocky start with 76 coming out. The fan base did not enjoy when it came out because of the bugs, because of no NPCs. It felt like there was no story to it. Then once the Wastelanders DLC came out, everything changed for them. Their fan base started coming back. People are starting to become more active in the game. You can find any team that will help you out with missions, events, anything. And there's so many players on that you can do it at any time. But it's $40 and it's rated M.
Well, it's a good game, and we were talking long time ago, but it's rated M because you can turn on an extreme amount of gore.
Yes.
Other than that, it's a pretty good game, and the community is pretty non-toxic, and I think that's really important to me. Is I don't want to feel worse after playing a video game. I want to feel better. And
yeah, no.
And the collectibles, and there's all kinds of collectibles. There's all kinds of power armor you can collect. What else can you do?
Power armor. You have bobbleheads. You can collect with 76. There's a really unique building system with it. You can collect heads, like different creatures. You can collect their heads.
I'm glad you clarified. That's not my
big game
typical
hunters.
hobby.
You
collecting heads.
You can collect those. You can collect snow globes. You can collect magazines. There's so many other things you can collect in the game too. I have seen some amazing settlements being built by people just showing off what they have.
But that's a fun aspect of any kind of game like that, where you have the violence, and some people like a lot of violence, but you have the art side of things. You have the collecting side of things. You also have the economy side of things, where you can like make stuff, sell stuff, and make a whole bunch of money. You can open up like little vending machines on your little building where people can go up and put in their cats and then get out like
purified water
or a Nuka-Cola.
Yeah.
Like, why would you drink water when there's Nuka-Cola available?
Well, purified water heals you more. So.
Side note: I'm planning on there's recipes out there for it. I'm planning on trying a Nuka-Cola recipe, but that has nothing to do with this game.
No, but they did publish a bunch of different recipes when this game first came out.
There's a cookbook.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I own it, but I'm not saying I don't own it. Just saying that. Okay, that is all the time we have for video games today. How about you tell us about the tech of the day?
Well, I know I usually don't do the tech, but today's tech piece that we all agreed upon was the Seagate 2 terabyte external hard drive. It meets our 3 requirements of being reasonably priced at $70, which is only $5 more than the 1 terabyte. It's well reviewed with 5 stars, and well, it looks really nice, especially with it being matching colors to any console you have. Being a PC, which I know isn't a console, but you can go black for PC, you can go green for Xbox, and you can go blue for PS4 or any of the PS consoles.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great idea to color code your hard drives. I like to do that just for like, this is personal, this is editing, this is video gaming, because like most of us can't have 18,000 machines. We have to have one machine that multi-purposes. So that's some excellent advice and excellent tech. Summer's coming, and I'm going to have to get some video games to get me through it.
Yeah, I know I'm going to need to buy me a new one because I'm going to download a lot of games. And sadly, I think this is all the time for our games and our tech that we have for today.
Well, I'd like to go ahead and thank you and Hudson as well for 3 great years of KGI and all the information that you provided us.
And I know that I can speak for myself, and I can definitely probably speak for Hudson. We have enjoyed our time sitting at this desk doing this for everybody.
Well, that's so good, because I've enjoyed watching you develop over the years and improve the show quality over the years, and I'm very, very proud of what you guys have accomplished.
And for the last time, this is KGI signing out.
Hello, I'm Hudson Byers, very punctual and organized co-host of KGI. I hope you enjoyed all the episodes we've brought you, and I'm just here to say a farewell, and I hope you guys have had some amazing game suggestions and tech suggestions that you definitely considered. We enjoyed bringing you all these episodes, so I hope you guys have an amazing summer, and go rewatch the old episodes if you'd like. Until then, this is KGI signing off.
Oh, Larry, this is the life.
Tell me about it. Do you mind? I'm gonna try and enjoy the lifestyle of wealth here.
Well, wealth is best shared with others. Come on, let's go find somebody to help.
But Billy, we've saved everyone we can, and plus, we have, give me a minute here, $789,229 left.
What is there to do around these parts anymore?
Are my old ears hearing things correctly? Do you boys miss the scenic life of being on the road and searching for adventure? Well, I have got the adventure of a lifetime for you. Long ago, I was a younger fella, and I enjoyed many things like you two do today. I yearned for a sense of adventure and mischief. But one day, I traveled too far and too high. I had to leave behind a magical item, or else I would fail at returning home to my family.
You have a family?
Quite, son. I climbed and climbed when I got to the top of Mount Sandstone. I was forced to leave behind my golden boot. This boot has the power to allow any man, woman, or child to travel to the next adventure while protecting them along the way. It is immensely powerful.
All right, old friend. Where do we begin?
Super powerful, huh? Next adventure? I like the sound of that.
I've decided I need a sidekick.
And who might you be?
I'm off the artichoke.
How do I know that you shouldn't be my sidekick, huh?
Well, for starters, I know more than you.
Really? Why's that?
Well, I almost stole the golden banana.
Almost. So you're desperate.
Yes, please help me find the golden boot.
And what's in it for me?
Glory and fame.
Deal.
When you and your daddy shot buffalo, what'd you do with the buffalo?
Well, I suppose we skinned it and ate it and used it for clothing. What else would you do with a buffalo?
I don't know. I was just trying to make conversation.
Oh, well, you know you're my best bud, Larry.
You're my best bud too, Billy.
Oh. Hey, what do you think Arthur's up to nowadays?
Arthur Artichoke?
Yeah.
I had no idea, but I heard he got a new haircut and it's more curly.
Well, I suppose failure really does change a person. Bet he's just as mean, though.
Well, you never know. He could be a better person, change of heart.
Do you mind?
What? You're your sidekick. You're supposed to do all the hard stuff.
I agreed to come along. I did not agree to be a sidekick.
Then why are you even here?
Because you clearly need help.
No, I don't.
Have you ever had someone to look up to or a mentor? That's probably why you're such a terrible thief.
I'm not terrible.
Yes, you are. How old do you think I am?
20.
I'm 36.
Wow, you're old.
I've lived a lot of life and seen a lot too. Did I ever tell you who my grandpa was?
No, we've only known each other for less than a day.
My grandpa is Sandy. Sandy Sardines.
Wait. The golden banana, Sandy Sardines?
Yes, the golden banana. My grandpa taught me everything there is to know about being a rootin' tootin' cowgirl. When I lost my Papa Sandy, I didn't know how I would move on. But losing him made me who I am today. And it made me stronger. But there are days where I still miss him.
Can you, show me that cooking stuff you're doing?
Yeah, of course. So this is a chicken, and you take this and you just poke it a little. And then you wait for it to cook.
Larry, is that the mountain we're going to be climbing? Are you sure we want to do this?
Billy?
Yeah.
You cow for brains? That's the mountain right there.
Oh! Onward!
Alright, you brought your climbing gear, right?
Now what?
Your climbing gear. We aren't climbing this mountain with our bare hands. You weren't planning on climbing this mountain with your bare hands, were you?
Well, I didn't think that far ahead yet.
This is why you are where you are.
Hey.
Okay, you can borrow mine, but that means that you're following me up.
And why is that?
So, if I fall, you can catch me. Come on.
So, Larry, what are you going to do whenever you get the golden boot?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Who else am I talking to?
I don't know. But as long as I'm with you, I'll be fine.
You know, Larry, I won't always be around forever. Someday you'll have to find a new partner.
Quit being idle-headed.
No, I'm serious, man. I I can hear the great cowboy in the sky changing his speed on his horse.
Okay, silly Billy.
Come on, Artichoke, don't keep slipping on me.
I'm trying, but these rocks ain't helping.
Yeah.
Daffy!
God, Arthur, you're like axle grease. Grab my hand, I'm slipping. Arthur, I'm not gonna make it and it's okay. Arthur, I'm proud of you. I'm glad that we're partners. Arthur, it's okay.
No, I will not let you go.
I know.
I know what I have to do, and I can't let her down.
Well, look who showed up.
Wait.
Don't worry, Billy. I won't let this grass-bellied good-for-nothing lard touch you.
It's okay, Larry. Let him through.
I never knew what it meant to have someone who cared about you, but I do know that the two of you care for each other. You've been best buds since your first adventure. Now it's time to go on another adventure, and I want y'all to have it.
Billy, Prospector said only one person could have the boot. What does that mean for us?
I don't know, Larry. I'm not so sure if I want to know.
Billy, it means it's time to go on your own adventure by yourself.
But what about you?
I'll be alright. I have a new partner now, although no one could ever replace you.
All right. I guess this is goodbye.